good to see you guys again. How did this journey start? Akshata asked me a couple of weeks back if I could speak in front of her students, tell them about entrepreneurship. My first thing that ran in my head was, why me? I'm not successful. So what she said was, that is the reason I want you to speak about entrepreneurship. So my pride took a beating, but I decided, let me still do this. To start off with, how many of you guys want to be entrepreneurs here? Sure, raise your hands and tell me how many of you guys want to be entrepreneurs, businessmen. After you finish your commerce education, how many of you guys want to become businessmen here? None of you? I'm pretty sure there are a few of you who are feeling shy and would like to raise their hands. So just raise your hands. Nobody is going to laugh at you. Tell me how many of you want to become. Good. We've got one in the crowd here. Anybody else in the back? Then you want to become businessman. Good. We've got 2 there. 3 here. Fantastic. 4. See, entrepreneurs are very shy people. They don't want to raise their hands because everybody is going to look at them and laugh. He's not a businessman. You know, that is what the most common thing among entrepreneurs is. Okay, a journey of an entrepreneur is a very tough journey. I want to let you guys know that before you actually get into it. See, there are, I think, 200 people, 150 people here in this auditorium. I'm pretty sure out of 150, 200 people, at least 25, 30 people want to become entrepreneurs. And when they become entrepreneurs, they are not going to get support from their family, from their friends, or from the society as well. An entrepreneur's life is like an iceberg. You are familiar what an iceberg is, right? When it floats in the ocean, only 1/10 the size of the iceberg is visible. The rest 9/10 is under the water. Got it? Can I have the next slide? This is how an iceberg is. Everybody around here will only look at a successful entrepreneur. Nobody looks at a failed entrepreneur. Got it? Everybody says, oh, that guy makes so much money, that guy makes so much money, that company has $1 billion valuation, it has $1 billion valuation. Got it? Everybody only looks at the success point. Nobody looks at the bottom 9/10. What goes into making of that 1/10? Got it? There's a lot of hard work, there's a lot of disappointment, there's a lot of no's. You will hear a lot of no's. There's a lot of sleepless nights. There are a lot of fights. A lot of investment that you will lose, you will make. A lot of mistakes that go into making an entrepreneur. Remember that. Got it? Let me start off with my life journey. When did I want to become an entrepreneur? I actually wanted to become an entrepreneur when I was in the 6th standard. While I was studying in 6th standard, I actually wanted to become an entrepreneur. What did I want to do? You know, people used to wear these wristwatches. On the wristwatches, you would get the stickers, radium stickers, that will stick on those. It's either a heart shape or moon shape or triangle, that kind of thing. I found out that all these guys were sticking stickers on their watches. They were paying 50 paise per sticker. Okay? I went to a stationery shop. The entire sheet of stickers, 48 pieces, cost 10 rupees. But these guys were paying 50 paise per sticker. So what I decided, let me actually buy one sheet of sticker and sell them individual pieces at 50 paise. So basically I make around 40 rupees per sheet of sticker. I thought it was a brilliant business plan. So I went to my mother, I asked her for 10 rupees so that I can buy the sheet of sticker. She was very supportive. She said, get lost. Okay? So I still couldn't understand what was the reason she told me to get lost. When I asked her again, I want my 10 rupees. She said, you're going to school to study, not to do business, so just go and study. And that, I still couldn't understand. I could make so much money. I could have at least sold 3 or 4 sheets and made close to around 48 rupees, or 56 rupees. So that stayed with me for a long time. Now, if you look at my introduction, it says I have done engineering. I have done mechanical engineering from Army College. I have got a master's degree from Michigan Tech, USA. Okay? Why did I take up commerce? What do you think was the reason I didn't take up commerce? Even though I wanted to become a businessman, I wanted to become an entrepreneur. What is the reason I didn't take up commerce? Societal pressure. Got it? People want you to do engineering because you will get a good salary, you will get a good job. That is what the mindset is. And the period of time I was there, the software boom was happening in Bangalore. Okay? The entire country was booming in terms of with regards to software products. So engineering was your best bet. So what I did, I took up PCMB. There also my parents kept two options, PCMB, because just in case I want to become a doctor afterwards. So have that option of PCMB. I didn't even give my CT for biology, that is another matter. I got into engineering. I finished my CT, I got a free seat in Army College. On the last 8th semester, I got placed in Tata Consultancy Service, software company. The salary then was around, in 2001 this is, the salary then was around 15,500. They would take a 2-year bond from you, so that you don't leave the company after they have paid so much salary. I wanted to go to the US. Why I wanted to go to the US? You might think because I wanted to do my masters. That was not the reason. I actually wanted to go, stay away from home, to feel how it feels staying away from home. And what I had heard is, if you do your masters, you get a job in the US, there's a lot of money to be made. And once I have that money, I'm going to come back and do some business. I still hadn't gotten over the fact that my mother had refused that 10 rupees. Okay? So, there is something within every entrepreneur that gives you sleepless nights. You want to do something, you want to make a difference. And remember that when you have an idea in your head, that idea is not going to die. It is going to keep you awake. And that is what will keep you awake for a lot of days, a lot of months. Okay, now going back, I selected my college. My college was Michigan Tech. It was in Michigan. What happened was, the lady who was my counselor, student counselor, she showed me beautiful pictures of the college and how beautiful the place is. I fell in love with it. Okay? I landed in August 2002. I landed there. It is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. I've been to around 21 countries, but I've never seen a more beautiful place than that. The trees were purple, orange, and red, which colors you never get to see in very few places in India. You get to see those colors. Once I reached there, I met a few guys. We got roommates, and the course started. You know, it's a 2-year course. After around 3 months, it started snowing. The first snow, everybody ran out because in Bangalore, other than you see how I'm sweating here, you don't get to see snow at all. You have to run to Kashmir to see snow. When the first snow came, everybody ran out. Everybody was excited. And then it started snowing. It started snowing and it started snowing. It snowed for 7.5 to 8 months. And it would snow so badly. On 3 days, once we got 72 inches of snow. If you want to know how much is 72 inches, it's about 6 feet. So if you don't come out and clean the snow, you're stuck inside. Got it? So then I realized I did make a judgment call when the counselor actually showed me those beautiful pictures. I didn't actually understand what she was trying to do. The counselor actually gets a cut from the college for sending students up there. It's a good university, no doubt, but people used to not go to that university because the weather is so bad. It gets nearly 300 inches of snow. 300 inches of snow is quite a lot of snow. You can't walk on the roads. You have to clean your car every day. You have to shovel snow to come out of your house. Those are the things. But one thing that makes you do, it makes you mentally strong. There are students who go either ways. They mentally break down or they mentally become stronger. Those 2 years, it was a 2-year course. I finished my course in 1.5 years. And like I had my dream that I would get a job, I never got a job. In the US, after you finish your graduation, within 1 year, if you don't get a job, you have to leave the country. Okay? So I looked for a job, and I never found a job. After about 8 months, I got a job. And that's when I became a hydraulic sales engineer. First an R&D engineer and then a hydraulic sales engineer. I was working on salary and commission. I used to make roughly around, with commission I used to make $100,000. Back then, dollar was 65 rupees. I used to make around 65 lakh rupees a year. After taxes, I used to make around 40 lakh or 35 lakh a year. I used to save money. I did this for around 5-6 years. I was there in the US for 9 years. My ultimate goal was to come back and start a business. I actually read if you want to just go and Google up, it's a very nice story. It's about an ice cream company called Ben and Jerry's. Some of you might have heard of it. It's a very famous ice cream company in the US. It's called Ben and Jerry's. I wanted to do something in ice cream. I loved ice cream. I had a passion for ice cream. So I wanted to do something in ice cream. I have seen ideals making lakhs and lakhs of rupees here. So I thought, let us come back and give Bangalore something like ideals. So Ben and Jerry's stuck in my head. I did a small ice cream training course. I'm a mechanical engineer, but doing an ice cream training course. People would ask me this question multiple times. I got married, then after around 9 years in the US, I decided I have enough money. Let's come back and start an ice cream company. I have 2 cafes. In a matter of 4 years, I lost 70 lakh rupees. Okay? What went wrong? Everybody asked me, ice cream mangna. That is the most common thing every entrepreneur will face. You studied so much, but say for example, you want to become an entrepreneur. You want to sell rice. E-commerce is the rice mangna. That is what the society will ask you, your parents will ask you, your friends will ask you. Got it? But sometimes there's passion for something, you want to see it succeed. And passion doesn't work well when there's madness and passion coming together. That is what happened in my case. I started a cafe, I started one more cafe. And what would happen is I never understood how money works, how finance works. Because you guys are in a better situation to understand how money and finance works. I, from an engineering background myself, never understood how money works. Got it? You have to understand there are a lot of overheads involved when you are running 2 cafes. I used to pay a rent of around 65,000 rupees for a 350 square feet place. A 350 square feet place is this much. Okay? Towards that, the back. That was what 350. I was situated parallel to NG Road, which was a very posh place. It was called as Church Street. I used to pay 65,000 rupees rent. The other place was a bigger place. It was around 2,000 square feet, but that was a little away from the city. I used to pay around 45,000 rupees rent. That makes a total of 1,10,000. I used to have 10 staff. The staff used to pay 8,000 rupees. 80,000 plus 1,10,000. Electricity, maintenance and all that thing. I used to have an expense of around 2.5, 2.75 lakh. You know how much I used to make per day? My sales per day was around 7 or 8,000 rupees. But that comes to around 2,50,000 rupees. In front of my store, there was a momo guy who was selling momos. He used to come and keep his momo recipe at night inside my store. Okay? One day, casually in front of me, the worker asked him, "Aap kitna banate ho?" Okay? That guy had no overheads. He was the owner and he had no other expenses. He was selling on the footpath, paying the car 50 rupees. He used to make 2,000 rupees of sales per day. Okay? That's when I realized first time I shut my store. Because what happens is, when passion and madness mix, you have put in so much effort. See, I have moved all the way from thousands of kilometers. I spent so much money. I spent so much money in the interior. But I never knew when to actually draw the line. I never knew where my money was going. How am I going to make further money? You see a lot of stores. Look at Kilibori itself, I come here every 3 or 4 months. There are a lot of stores that come in, then they go. There are a lot of stores come in and go. Who makes money? Only the landlord makes money. That guy has invested on the interiors, he has built, got machine, he's bought so much stuff, he's paid the staff salary, but he's not paid money. Got it? And when I was running this business for 4 years, people would ask me, how are you doing? I would say, yeah, everything is good, great. Just like how you saw, none of the entrepreneurs here are ready to raise their hand. None of the entrepreneurs here are ready to accept defeat. Got it? We always put up front that everything is going all right, everything is going good. We also need something called as a support system. Got it? That support system is essential. So coming back here, there's a lot of sacrifices you need to do. To get to a particular point, there's a lot of sacrifices you need to do. You will not be able to go out with your friends. You will not be able to go out to your family functions. I used to work from morning 9:30 to night 11:30, 7 days a week. I did that for 4 years. And I had nothing to show for it. I lost money. I didn't keep in touch with my friends. I wouldn't attend any family functions. It was 4 to 5 years, none of this happened. What happened is, I had borrowed money from a few friends, and my father had only one flat which he had put it up for mortgage to support this business. And that flat was now under NPA. Anybody understand what NPA is?
Non-performing asset.
NPA, non-performing asset. When you take a loan from the bank and you don't repay the bank on time, your asset becomes a non-performing asset. What is a non-performing asset? Is the bank, after they don't receive so many number of EMIs, they take over your flat. That's when I realized it is about time I start doing something. Because this is not working. If it is not working, you need to change your track. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. That's what a fool does, not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur tries to solve what the problem is, changes the course correction, and goes on the right path. Got it? The next step was, I accidentally went to an article in Economic Times. Economic Times said there is a patient called as Greg Jeffries. He was suffering from hepatitis B. And he has come all the way from Australia, he has come to Chennai to seek treatment. I actually researched the matter more. Why would a person from Australia travel to Chennai to seek treatment for hepatitis B? Right? I went through that thing, and what I realized was, this was the year 2015. Okay? 2015, there was no treatment for hepatitis B. If you had hepatitis B, the disease, you would have to suffer for it throughout the rest of your life till your death. And you might have early death because of hepatitis B. In 2015, a company, an Irish company called as Gilead, came up with a drug called as Sophosbuvir. Okay? And that drug in Australia costed around $60,000 for 28, 56, 74 tablets. For 74 tablets, the cost of the drug was $60,000. You know how much is $60,000 back then was? Basically, Australian dollars was 50 rupees or 45 rupees. It was around 24 or 25 lakh rupees. So I researched further on why did he come down to Chennai. You know what was the cost of that drug? When Indian government has a rule that India as a developing country, you cannot overcharge on drugs. So there is a cap on what the pricing of drugs can be in India. Okay? That same drug manufactured by an Indian company, the same molecule, was available in India for 25,000 rupees. Got it? 72 tablets was available for 25,000 rupees. That's when, again, I started seeing the difference. He's coming all the way from Australia, paying his air tickets, taking a hotel here, but yet it worked out for him to take medicine from India, go back. Correct? I decided, why don't I actually start dealing with this medicine? I have no medicine background. Got it? I decided, let's actually take a look at what needs to be done. I researched further, and I found out that you need a drug license. You can't sell medicine without a drug license. I tied up with one guy. I told him, see, I'm going to actually bill the drugs to your company. You will be billing the drugs. I will get the patients. Okay? I will get the patients. You give me the majority of the commission. He was okay with it. Okay? And also I tied up hospitals. Columbia Asia was one of the hospitals that I read. Now it's taken over by Manipal. Previously it was called as Columbia Asia. I tied up with the hospital Columbia Asia. I would get patients from Australia and the US. Okay? I would take care of their boarding, lodging, transportation, logistics and all that. But you will have to give them the medicine, write a prescription, give them the medicine, check their blood levels and all that. You will be paying me and I will be taking the commission from patient as well. It was under a section called as medical tourism. That's what medical tourism is. Medical expenses are extremely expensive abroad. Patients fly all the way to take treatment in India. Got it? So then what happened is, this business slowly started kicking in. I had patients coming in. I would make close to a lakh or 2 lakhs a month. And then, but what used to happen is, this was a sporadic business. In case of hepatitis B drugs, once a patient takes medicine for 3 months, he is cured from it. I don't get any business further. I had to look at an alternate source of income. That's when I saw that anti-cancer drugs was a big chunk of business which was there. Anti-cancer drugs are extremely specialized drugs. I'm going to ask this question. I know nobody of you are going to raise their hands, but I'm still going to ask this question. How many of you guys smoke? See, I told you nobody would raise their hands, but I know a few of you guys who smoke. Just to let you know, a lung cancer drug for Taglisol costs you 1,65,000 rupees for 30 hours. Okay? And you have to take it for 18 to 24 months. So just understand the expense you will be spending on medicine. You might be chewing gudka, you might be chewing pan parak, you might be smoking. You will see this effects later on in life. Within 10-15 years, you will see the effect. When you get a sore in your gum or you get a sore in your jaw, and you will be like, what is this? That's cigarette packets carry those advertisements for a certain reason. Got it? It's not a joke. It's not that they have to put it there. For a certain reason, those advertisements are there. The cost of lung cancer drugs, again I'll let you know, is 1,65,000 rupees for 30 tablets. We make around 25 to 28,000 rupees per box of medicine. Got it? That's how my entrepreneurial journey in anti-cancer drugs started, where I started selling anti-cancer drugs, and we got into the distribution of anti-cancer drugs, and we've been doing this for the last 6 years. Okay? No journey is easy. There are a lot of issues that come up with it, a lot of regulations that come up with it. You need to go through that training and understanding to make yourself better. Right now, we also, along with anti-cancer drugs, we are doing surgical supplies, disposable surgical supplies. We recently got an order for around 2 crore rupees, which we are shipping to Barbados. Why I am telling you this is, an entrepreneurial journey is not fixed. You might go in one direction, you might end up doing something else altogether. Very few people stick to what they end up doing. It's only 1%. It is just those few 1% of people who have a thought in mind that are going to build this and they end up doing that. Be prepared for changing course. Got it? Next slide. This is my ice cream company. It was called as Bella Goose. It was in Bangalore. I wanted to do retail packaging also, but it never worked out. I ran out of funds. One more thing, commerce students also will figure out much better than engineering students is how the money dries out very quickly. Got it? You got to figure out which direction the money is going and how the money dries out very quickly. Okay, what happened with my shift in journey in 2015 is, I wanted to be among people who are among people like business people who I could learn from. See, every person needs a mentor. If you are in entrepreneurship, you need a mentor. Got it? You will not be able to succeed if you will not have a mentor. A mentor basically course corrects. Got it? He will tell you if you are going in the right direction or in the wrong direction. Just like parents, mentors actually course correct you in business. And please always get up. And please make, and see, we are from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Bangalore is Tier 2 or Tier 3 city. We are from Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. And please make note of this. These two organizations will really help you change things in your life. One is BNI. BNI stands for Business Networking International. It's an American organization. In Bangalore, there are around 40-50 chapters of this. When I say chapters, each chapter has 50-60 business people, and the business people interact among each other to see how they can get business to each other, and what are the new things in business they can do, and how to proceed further. This has really helped me in learning business from a 25-year-old to a 70-year-old. That's the different business age groups that are there. So I will learn from each one of them how they do their business, what are the pitfalls in their business, how to avoid them. Okay? So make use of this platform. You have BNI in Bangalore also. So if you have a good BNI chapter, please do join it. Once you start your business, it is one of the best things you can do. You can gather business for yourself and also understand how to do things. And next thing is Toastmasters. See, Toastmasters is also an American organization. What does Toastmasters do? How many of you can speak here on stage without fear? You saw the ladies sit a prayer. You saw her, one of the ladies actually give an introduction. Correct? Let me tell you, 90% of the people here will not be able to do it. Got it? Why? Because the fear of public speaking is the second most fear to mankind. The first fear is death. Second fear is public speaking. In business, what happens? Unless you communicate, not much of business will happen. Got it? You need to have a little bit of personality, a little bit of attitude, and a little bit of communication to go through. And what happens when we study in our mother tongue or in the local dialect, and when English is not our strong point, we tend to go back to our shell. We don't tend to communicate better with other people. We, especially from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, we need to sharpen those skills a little bit. So join something called as Toastmasters. It helps you in public speaking. It helps you correct your diction. It helps you stand in front of people. You will have that fear. I had that fear, and that fear gradually dies down. I still have that fear, but the fear is very minimal right now. But initially, when I had to go and speak in front of 10 people, what used to happen is I used to memorize so much, I should forget my words, and now I don't have to do it. So when you improve your communication skills, why do you think Modi is so successful? Because he can speak. He can communicate much better. Correct? Look at the other leaders who communicate. They might have better ways of doing things, but if you don't communicate and let the other person know, the public will not understand. That's how important communicate. And if you think Modi was born with those communication skills, no, he is trained in those communication skills. He's gone to US, he's gone to universities in Gujarat to get trained in them. Very few politicians do that, which we are not aware of. Got it? So please use these two organizations to your benefit. Because what I realize is, a lot of guys that are good businessmen, but they fail because they are a little in their shell, they are not communicating. They can do much more business if their communication skill is there. So, what are the 5 things, 5-6 things that you need as an entrepreneur? Please make sure of these things. First one is network. Be part of a community of business people. You can think better, you will do better. Got it? Second, you need is discipline. Without discipline, nothing. If you are a person who wakes up at 9 o'clock, 9:30, nothing is going to happen much. Other than your Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan wakes up at 11 o'clock. So once you are Shah Rukh Khan, then you also can wake up at 11 o'clock. But if you are a guy who wakes up or a girl who wakes up at 9:30, nothing much is going to happen in your life. So please have that discipline. Have a positive mindset. See, failures, there are a lot of things, even in college, when you are in your first year, second year, third year, you are not going to score like what you expected. You are going to have a failure. But have that positive mindset to overcome that failure. Failure is not ultimate. Got it? Have that positive mindset to overcome. All this communication. Correct? How well you communicate with other people gets you to where you want to go, not where they want to go. Got it? Understanding finance. Please see, when you plan, if and when you guys plan a business, plan for 1 year of finances. Okay? Bank is not going to give you money till you have money. That is how banks work in India. If you have money, they give you money. They tell you, please give us this asset, I'll give you this much money. You need to arrange for money, you need to work somewhere, arrange, make sure you have enough funds, friends, family, that's where they come into picture. Got it? They will help you out. So have that network strong enough. Okay? And last one is problem solving skills. See, one advantage Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities have, other than guys who are situated in Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata and Delhi. You know what advantage you guys have? Every day is a struggle here. In Bombay, Bangalore, you just go to your doorstep, you book an Uber, you take you take your metro, you reach your office. Here you need to walk half a kilometer, 1 kilometer, get to the bus stand in the hot sun. Every day is a struggle. In Bangalore, I order food comes delivered home. I have a package to deliver, people will come and pick up the package from home, all everything done through the app. We do not have that convenience here. Got it? So we are much stronger and know how to solve problems much better. So that is your strength, that is your skill set. Make use of that. Okay? Okay. I mentioned networking is important, correct? Who you hang out with. How many of you guys can tell me who this person is? I would be very surprised if you tell me. I would say you are fantastically informed if you let me know who this person is. Nobody? He's a cricketer. He plays cricket. Anybody? Okay, I'm going to tell you. His name is Anil Gurav. 100% sure you have never heard of this name, correct? Anil Gurav is his name. You know who his coach is? His coach is Ramakant Ashrekar, the coach of Tendulkar and Kamli. This man was called as Vivian Richards of Mumbai because after Sunil Gavaskar, nobody could bat like him. Got it? He was 8 years Tendulkar senior and Ramakant Ashrekar was 100% sure this guy will make himself to the Indian team. Correct? You know what he is doing now? He stays in the slums, he's an alcoholic. What is the reason? What happened? Anil Gurav, the fantastic batsman that he wouldn't hang out with the right people. Got it? His company was not good. And added to the fact, his brother was called Ajit. Got it? Sachin Tendulkar's brother was also called Ajit. Sachin Tendulkar's brother Ajit took him in a different direction. This guy's brother Ajit took him in a completely different direction. That is how important network is. Your company is. And when you're graduating out of college, you will get in touch with new people, new company. Please hang out with the right people. This guy's brother Ajit was a sharpshooter for an underworld gang in Mumbai. So what used to happen is, whenever there was a shooting, the police would come and pick him and his mother up and they would beat them in the police station. This would happen continuously, regularly, every month or month this would happen. They shifted houses, it did help. Got it? They would pick him up and beat him. This guy went into depression, he started drinking and he became an alcoholic. He gave up on cricket. He couldn't hold a bat. Do you know, Sachin Tendulkar mentions him in his biography because the first century Sachin Tendulkar scored in a local league was using his bat, his SG bat. Got it? Next slide. This is him in his slums, showing his slum boys how to hit a straight drive. Okay? His straight drive is as good as Sachin Tendulkar's. His teacher was the same, but his company was bad. Okay? What happened to Vinod Kambli? Correct? We all know what happened to Vinod Kambli. Why did Vinod Kambli fail? Vinod Kambli still holds the world record for the fastest 1,000 runs in Test cricket. Correct? He scored 2 double centuries before he was 22. Sachin Tendulkar scored his first double century when he was 25. Right? Vinod Kambli didn't have the right company, the right mentor to guide him. And if you don't have the right company, right mentor to guide you, you are not going to get ahead in life, even though how much you are talented you are. See, when you start off as entrepreneurs, right? You look at other people and say, oh my God, that guy is so talented. That guy is so talented. Talent has zero value after a certain period of time. Talent can only get you to a certain point. After that, it is your attitude that counts. If you don't have the right attitude, you will never get ahead in life. Got it? You will never make a change if you don't have the right attitude. A talent will only get you so far. After that, it is your attitude that counts. So don't worry. Initially, if you encounter people with talent, if they do not have discipline, if they do not have attitude, it's not going to take them far. Got it? So always remember the story of Anil Gurav. Whenever you hang out with the wrong people, let this strike you in your head that this might be the changing point in my life. I might either go this way or that way. So always make that decision wisely. He stays in a 10 by 10 slum house right now, always thinking about what his life could be. Don't be that person. Okay? See, these are the common challenges and pitfalls every entrepreneur faces. I told you my story about how I asked my mother for 10 rupees and she refused. What was it for me? It was a cash plan. Nobody is ready to give a 6 standard boy 10 rupees. Got it? Same thing with entrepreneurs. When you start a business, nobody is going to invest on you. The ones right now, once I've made a little bit of money, there are 3-4 people who automatically come and ask, do you want investors, do you want to invest money? But when I really need it, nobody comes forward. So always plan your cash flow accordingly. Correct? If you don't plan your cash flow accordingly, once the money dries up, the business will come to a halt. Got it? You know, the business is like this Sun Temple chariot in Odisha that you grow. As long as people are pushing it and the momentum is there, the chariot will go forward. Okay? The moment you lose cash in your business, you will lose momentum, your business will come to a grinding halt. And every night you go to bed thinking, how am I going to pay salary? How am I going to pay rent? This person is calling me for money, that person is calling me for money. Got it? That is what you are going to think about. Time management. See, time management is an essential skill. When you start off as an entrepreneur, you will be doing multiple things. From speaking flows to actually signing checks. You will be doing everything. So please manage your time wisely. If you can delegate, what is delegation? Delegation is asking somebody else to do the task which you think they will be able to do in a systemized, organized manner. Got it? You have to just oversee them very little. So delegate your task to time management. Working with the right people. I already mentioned what the right people you need to work with is. Got it? Choose the right product. Don't be passionate and mad at the same time. Ice cream was not my right product that I chose. I didn't choose the right product. My mindset was, I love ice cream. I'm going to give people the kind of ice cream what I love, and I think everybody will like it. No, they didn't. Only I like my ice cream, and I only had to make my own ice cream. Got it? So, choose the right product. Do your research well. Got it? When you start a business, don't go full-fledged with all your money and set up something. Do a test run. A test run is very important. Say for example, anybody loves to cook here? Baking actually. Anybody loves baking? Nobody loves baking? I have a feeling all you 200 people have problem with their hands. I don't see any hands coming up. Okay? So, see there are people who love baking. They will not go and set up a 1,000 square feet bakery and expect people to start buying from them immediately. What they do, they make small batches of cookies, small batches of breads. They get to see people like it. Oh, people are liking it. They are coming back for it, and they are coming back for it. That means you have a viable product. Got it? That means you have a viable product. You can go ahead and start a business. It might work. So do that research, do that testing initially. Do it in small batches so that you figure out what your problems are. Because once you put all your money in, you will not be able to course correct very easily. Got it? So do that research and testing first. And just because, also I want to add, just because you can make a very good cookie, don't start a business. You need to understand how a business works. Got it? You guys are familiar with McDonald's, right? Everybody know McDonald's? Yeah? How many of you guys can make a better hamburger than McDonald's? You take your parents to McDonald's, you will have a burger here, and they you know, parents tell that. Got it? But even if they can make a better burger than McDonald's, they cannot have a better business model than McDonald's. Firstly, McDonald's is not in the business of making burgers. Got it? McDonald's doesn't make majority of its money from burgers. McDonald's makes its money from real estate. What McDonald's does, it buys the land on which a McDonald's franchisee will come up. They rent that land to the McDonald's franchisee. Franchisee pays rent to McDonald's, and majority of their money comes from rent. And second, they get royalty fees, which is 8 to 12%, goes up to 15% in some areas, and that royalty fees is paid to McDonald's. Got it? So their business model is completely different. You got to understand, just because I make a better burger, you will not be able to make a business model out of it. So be aware of that things. Okay? Before I wrap up, I'm just going to wrap up in 5 minutes. Before I wrap up, I want to just give you a small story. Do you know this guy? See, I love cricket and movies, so most of my examples will be from cricket and movies. Do you know this guy? If you are from the 90s and 2000s, if you have watched cricket, you know, but if you are born in the 2000s, I don't know whether you really know this guy. This guy is Mayur Shetty. He's from Sri Lanka. He's a Sri Lankan cricketer. Okay? Do you know Mayur Shetty now? He played with Arjuna, Arvind Silva, Jayasuriya and all that. You know what is Marwan Attapatu's story? Marwan Attapatu scored thousands and thousands of runs in domestic cricket in Sri Lanka. They thought this guy can make it big. Let's make it play test cricket. Mayur Shetty made his debut for Sri Lanka. You know what he scored in his first test?
0-0.
First, correct. Who's that? Who's that?
It's the principal, sir.
Oh, it's you. Fantastic. Your principal knows Mayur Shetty. That's good because you are from the same background. He scored 0 and 0. Okay? In his first 2 test innings. They took him, threw him out of the team. This fellow can't play test cricket. 21 months he was outside the test team. 21 months. They get him back because he has again scored runs in domestic cricket. They get back Marwan Attapatu. You know what Attapatu does? He scores 0 and 1. He goes to Biden. They throw him out of the test team again after that 1 test match. He is outside for 17 months. Got it? He's outside for 17 months. He again scores runs. They get Marwan Attapatu back into the test team. This is his 3rd test match. You know how much Marwan Attapatu scores? 0 and 0 again. Got it? They throw him out of the team for 3 more years. That is 36 months. So, in the last 6 years, Attapatu knows he's not going to get another chance. But that man doesn't give up. He never gives up in that entire 6 years. He was out and in, out and in. He has scored 1 run in the last 6 years in international test cricket. Correct? And then what happens? He comes back to test cricket. His mind is stronger, his skills are better. And what he has not done, he's never given up. Got it? He comes back, he scores 16 test centuries and 6 double centuries to equal Tendulkar in double centuries. Man ends up scoring 5,000 plus test runs and becomes the captain of the Sri Lankan team. This man is made of something which we all should aspire to be. Got it? The next slide please. If you don't take anything from this presentation, just take this, stay strong, believe in yourself and never give up. Thank you.